War of the Visions Global is getting a brand new Ice physical vision card. We just got Starlit Tryst, we already have Odin and Fenrir, so there's a lot of them right now. This one is definitely competitive, it is the one that gives the highest amount of attack, and then it's really tailored towards Ice attackers in general, as opposed to, for example, Starlit Tryst, which is really more tailored towards slash attackers. So it's a little bit more versatile, not necessarily as good for slash-oriented characters, except Laswell. So today we'll take a look at the stats, the abilities, when to use it, and just generally whether it's a good investment or not for your account. The first thing about this card is its name. It's called Frost Flower Flash Mystical Ice Laswell. That is quite the tongue twister. Now, it's great for Laswell, especially since he gets an individual ability on top of it, but it just generally gives what he needs. But that is also true of Starlit Tryst, so there's a little bit of a challenge here where you have to pick whatever you want. I think this new card is going to shine mainly for attackers that are not slash-oriented, because they want a little bit of extra damage. That's going to be Barret, Aranea, Victora, Oron for his Pugilist job attacks. I mean, anybody who's a ice non-slash attacker that's physical based will benefit greatly for that. It has agility up and acquired AP up, which is just good on basically anyone. There's a reason why the Black Rose card is always ran, and if you're running a physical team, you're going to be much happier running this new VC than a magical oriented vision card. So if we look at the stats, I've put a couple of Ice Vision cards right there. You're basically going to be competing in slots on your team for those cards. Maybe Odin. There's really a lot of competition for Ice VCs right now. But this one has okay HP, 313 is not incredibly high, nor is it low. 152 attack is good, it's definitely in the highest tier, and then since it gives extra attack as an individual ability, as we'll talk about in a minute, it is going to be the one that provides the highest total attack to the unit using it. It also has a little bit of defense, which is fun, but if I had to choose between the defense on that card or the agility on Fenrir, for example, I would pick the agility, so yeah, there's that. Now, the big prize you get by going for this card is really the abilities. 30% attack up on an individual is insane. It's over 100 for most physical attackers right now, so that makes it by far a competitive VC with 250 attack or so. If you're Laswell, you're getting some luck up and defense piercing up. Now, I don't know what the numbers will be. We've seen previous VCs. I would assume the def piercing up will be 20% or so and the luck up at 10%, but hey, we'll see when it gets released, I guess. In terms of party abilities, you gain 50% agility up. That is as much as what the Black Rose of the Battlefield gives you, so it's very competitive and definitely strong. 25% acquired AP up is fun. Do take note that this does not affect AP gain from bells, so it only affects the AP you'll gain from basic attacks or TP skills. It is very good, but it's not always necessary depending on your setup. If you already have bells or some other means of generating AP, that will not make a huge difference on your team. The 25% man-eater on physical attacks, though, is crazy good. That does not apply to Drain Force, if you're wondering, but it does apply to any kind of attack that scales off your attack score. So whenever it does that, that means it's a physical attack, it's going to be reduced by the enemy's defense, and you gain an extra 25 modifier on your ability. So definitely a powerful ability to have on top of everything else. Now, if you're wondering what exactly is 30% attack, it's a lot. EX Laswell gets 116 more. The card already had 152 attack, so that's a total of 268 extra attack he'll gain just from that VC. It's kind of insane. Barret only has 87. He's more of a tank than a physical attacker, but if we're talking other like spear users, like Aranea is going to gain 120, Victora 105. So overall, yeah, this card will just give you crazy damage. So should you go for this vision card? It's a really tough call because it is great. The agility is hard to beat, the acquired AP up is something I like as well. It's going to benefit all of your other physical ice attackers, so there's a lot of scenarios where it's going to be a top tier card. The issue for me is there's so many other top tier cards for ice that it's hard to pick. Like, no matter what, you're running a physical ice team, you will want Fenrir because the 50% attack up is unbeatable. So you have one slot that's locked into Fenrir. Are you doing blind matchups? If so, you're expecting to possibly run into some evasion, so you want Odin for the 25 extra accuracy. So 2 of your slots are now locked. Do you have a Freyevia, somebody who's magic oriented? You're gonna want Phrysis, or Freezes, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but Blue Eyes White Dragon card. Then if you're not running any mage, you can afford to run either this one, or Starlit Tryst if you're a slash oriented team, or if you're a Pierce-oriented team, Mask of Deceit. So it's really hard to fit this card into a team in my opinion. That is the reason I'm skipping it. Also, there's the fact that it's not time limited. So if you don't go for it right now, you will still eventually pull it. Just this week, with the free UR pulls that we're getting, I got 3 VCs I did not already own and did not pull for, including Starlit Tryst, so now I have another one of those competitive Ice Vision cards. So overall, I mean, unless you have a plan to use that immediately, even though it's top tier, I would say you don't need it right now. Especially with all the time-limited stuff we've gotten, probably focus on what is actually time-limited. Keep your Viz for Lara Croft if you want her, or just finish maxing out your FF7 stuff if you still haven't, and that will probably be a better long-term investment for your account. But that was it. Hopefully you guys found it interesting. Let me know if you're going for the card or not in the comments. I'm very curious to see whether my opinion will sway anybody's or not. But thank you so much again for watching, and have a great rest of your day, guys.